Hi everyone, I'm Olivia, your Vice President of Art Talks. I'm super excited for Art Talks for a number of reasons, but the main reason being that when I was a first year, I was going through a lot of personal development on my own that I really wish I could have talked about with someone else. Having just graduated high school and moving to a new school in a new city away from my childhood friends and away from my family, I was pretty scared. And to me, home is like having a safety blanket. And when you have that taken away from you, you actually go through a lot of changes and growth that you normally wouldn't have. One of the things that I had to learn, and I'm still learning to this day, is how to genuinely love myself. And that comes in a lot of different forms, whether that's learning how to forgive my past mistakes, learning how to accept the ugly parts of myself, or maybe making tough decisions at times to really better my own whole. I've always had a hard time struggling with whether or not I believed I was a good and kind-hearted person. And I consistently question myself on this every day. Now you might think that's crazy or weird and wonder, who does that? Who questions themselves like that? If you were a good person, would you really need to question yourself? And unfortunately, I feel like this is a reality that many people have to face, but no one really talks too much about it. At the time, for me, I thought being a good and kind-hearted person meant that I let the people that I love do and say whatever they wanted to me, even if it meant that my feelings got hurt in the process, even if it meant that I would forgive them only for them to hurt me yet again. Because of this, I actually found out with time that there were a lot of people at my side who did take advantage of my patience and how much I forgave people, and it was very mentally and emotionally exhausting. I had to set boundaries for myself during a time where most people as first years were breaking down their boundaries and trying to meet as many people as possible and make as many friends as possible. But for me, I was more concerned about who I was letting into my close inner circle. And I had always felt guilty for setting up these boundaries around people. But in reality, I was just protecting me and my own mental health. But I somehow had this warped idea that I was being a selfish and mean person by choosing to protect my peace over others. Understanding yourself and your boundaries should never make you feel guilty. I see a lot of social media posts preaching about how you should love your friends, how you should love your family, how you should love the people around you with as much as you can, and that's all right, but I don't really see as much about what it's like to love yourself. And if we're being honest, it's a lot easier to love and forgive the people around you than it is to love and forgive yourself. With that being said, I'm super excited for all the conversations and discussions that Art Talks has to bring to the table. A bunch of things that I wish I would have known as a first year growing up.